So what currently the scientists behind the mathematicians, the general public is doing is to lift the heavy load on humans. The thing that we currently have to do in our lives today, there's so much that we don't have really the time, one, the mental capacity to handle. I'm not saying that we are not intelligent enough. We might be intelligent enough, but who's going to sit outside a banking hall, counting all the number of people who are coming in, keeping record of all the people who are depositing or are withdrawing? I mean, humans can still do that. We can still do that, but we need to be doing something else there. So we are now calling on, and that's why we now need these machines, these computers, to be doing some of the things on our behalf. So basically, that's the idea behind artificial intelligence. We don't need to be doing the hard, boring stuff when computers can be doing that, right? And the other thing is, as humans, we also do have our own limitations. For example, bias. As humans, we are biased. Personally, at one point, I was very biased on women's soccer. I thought it wasn't good enough up until I started watching the current World Cup happening in New Zealand. And it's pretty, they're pretty good. And we're even having African teams playing very well. You know, if you're talking football, you're probably thinking Brazil is going to win. You're thinking Italy is going to win. You know, you're just thinking all those big names that we know from the male World Cup. They're going to be on fire. We are thinking of, if Ronaldinho was very good back then, it means whoever is playing in Brazil right now is also very good. Then we don't really now start to consider other teams are as well putting effort. So, you know, that bias that we have as humans, it really makes us to be prone to making poor decisions. It's prone to making poor decisions. That's when we need an agent which is less biased. And if we create our models very well, they'll be less biased. They're going to be very effective. And that's one thing. So we need to have a world where our human limitations cannot hinder the world from developing. That's why you see security sectors, banking sectors, they're now calling in machine learning. That's one thing. And the second thing is data is being generated at very large amounts these days. I mean, we are talking back in the 1960s, the data all in the world could fit in my laptop in a 1 terabyte. You could fit all the data all the digital data in the 1960s in one hard drive, right? But now you come to 2023, we're now having a lot of data, a lot of information being stored electronically. So it's now hard for a human being, like for me, to sit down and start going through all the information about the trends in the world. I can't follow all the trends right now in the world. So what do I do? So what do we do as humans? We now call upon the computers to do those, because generally we are smarter than computers, because we are the one who actually teaching the computers. So yeah, we are actually smarter than computers. But then we tend to get tired. We tend to be frustrated. So that's why we call upon the computers to do that thing, to do that for us instead. And the other thing we also need AI for is dreaming big, like dreaming big. Content creation. I mean, humans, there's actually a fact that says you can only dream of a face that you have seen somewhere before. Like every face that you dream of, the way that comes into your dream, somewhere, you have seen it. We don't have the ability to create faces from nowhere. We just don't have that ability. So all the faces that we know, they are people's ability, they are people's real faces. So all the things that you know, somehow you've read about it, thought about it, or somewhere, like, I think you get the point. We are limited to what we know. We are not really limited to what is possible. We are only limited to what we know. Then that's why we need computers or machine learning to come in. That's when they come in, the machine learning. If we teach them patterns, we can teach them patterns. They take that patterns, they can start generating new patterns, or they can start forecasting on those patterns. So this is a very good big thing for people who are into content creation. I mean, the people, the journalists, the songwriters, the movie writers. AI can give you that power to do new things. That's the other thing. That's why we need AI for.